What's going on here? Can you hear me now? Oh, you can. Okay. All right. So we fixed that. Oh no, I'm missing one of my headphones. Ah. So yeah, this is one of my hunger strikes that I'm on. If you're new, I just finished. My phone was recording me from the courthouse, the Edmonton courthouse, because I'm fighting a very large case for the public interest right now, and for myself. And one of my headphones, when I was moving it, one of the head jacks came out. No, oh maybe it's in my pocket. But I made. Why am I eating if I'm on a hunger strike? It's because I get holy meals. I get holy meals every once in a while. And this is a tomato noodle, red lentil, cabbage bean, fish cake mix. And it's not real fish cake; it's all vegan. Mm. But I ate some bean sprouts this morning. That was slimy, and I washed them in vinegar. And that's probably why I'm not puking right now. Is because I washed them at least, but my intestines hurt. I had to put something in me because my stomach was twisting. I didn't eat anything at the courthouse, so that's why I'm eating now. So I went about 9 hours without eating anything. Ouch. I'm extremely hungry. I got destroyed accordion. Ah, good. I found my headphone. My headphone rubber. Oh, strength is coming back to my legs already. Good. So let's put this back together. Good. Glad I thought of that. I want to put on some music, so we'll have to mute you here again in a second, YouTube. Why I'm on the hunger strike for my Supreme Court case, but also against something called the Megacrisis, which is a meta-crisis, poly-crisis together. If you watch my other videos, meta is a cultural crisis, right? The culture of meta-thinking, of lack of freedom, lack of meaning, lack of trust, lack of coordination, lack of community spirit, love, and it's all generated from the root of the root solution, the heart of the crisis, which is fragmented consciousness. It's preventing us from creating cooperative ideas to solve the more material crisis, which is the meta or the poly-crisis of AI, CRISPR, World War III, climate change, and mental health. Mm. 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 Oh, I had a this vegan fish cake has nuri in it, or git, according to South Korea. It has lots of iodine. Mm. Okay, this isn't sending.
Flowers don't even smell like flowers. But yeah.
Gotta take care of business, come back, I guess.
Yeah, that's distracting me from being able to check in. Let me put the bags inside. I'll be right back.
Okay.
We have 25 minutes each anyway. What the heck?
Got plenty of time out.
We're back with the regularly scheduled programming. So yeah, what happened today? Literally nothing. I slept in as much as I possibly could because I felt like I was really sleep deprived. And I slept until 11. And then I also had a crazy caffeine thing which like made me really like loopy when I was wearing off of it. And I kind of crashed, like I just crashed into sleep and I don't really remember falling asleep. I don't know. And then I slept well though, but then yeah, I don't have any like after effects from the caffeine. That was weird though. I don't know. I'm not ever fucking taking a triple shot espresso from that caffeine machine in the middle of that apartment complex ever again. Bad choice, but at least now we know, I guess.
Oh, hi there. My name's Aaron Hill, and I'm the guy that researches how many Jews there are in things.
Flashbacks to,
You've probably seen some of my work.
I don't know, I just went to work, literally. So now I'm here. But yeah, I also just like, I almost was late to work though, and a part of it was like the time blindness again, or just like not wanting to get out of bed, like wanting to just like literally be there and late and stare at the ceiling and just like think about nothing. I don't know. It's like literally the ultimate blob mode, and I feel like it gets by or it sneaks into my daily life, and then because I'm not always in blob mode or something, and so therefore it doesn't get like overwhelming, but the fact that it's there for such large periods of every day is like, I'm spending a large chunk of my life in blob mode, and part of me really likes it, and part of me really fucking hates that, so like, yeah, feel at war with myself over that, I guess. Feel at war with myself over effort and how much effort I should be putting out. Feel very conflicted about effort and the distribution of effort and labor at large in the populace at large. Like, I know it's like flow oriented, but just like for some reason there's like something that's having a hard time clicking with like everything. I don't know where I'm at right now. Just like a weird place, I guess. I've also been cramping today, and I'm like genuinely hoping I'm not like prego with an ego or whatever. But I don't know what my score is. Probably like a 4 right now. No, that's too low. Probably like a 6. No. You know, probably like a 6. Complete.
A 6? Okay. All right. Well, at least you're still here. We are, I'm feeling it too. It's extreme what we're going through. It really is truly extreme. So, we just gotta hang in there. That's all we gotta do. What am I doing? How am I feeling? I'm feeling way better. Got sort of wrecked in court, but I pushed really hard today, and I'm learning. I'm like starting to become a little more proficient in the courthouse. I'm kind of happy with that. And I walked by this book, and it was like the perfect book I needed to read. That happened to me twice, and it was about the Charter of Rights and Freedoms and stuff. So I did that today. And it was pretty much like you, just like woke up, did DLM really happy, ate, read a little bit of Hegel, got in the bus, went to the courthouse. As soon as I got to the courthouse, the court was starting. Went in there, and I watched the judge and the lawyers pick apart another woman like they're trying to pick apart me. And I can see the disgustingness of how they know how to wreck the public. And I'm seeing it firsthand. Why there's no public trust in the system, and it's happening in the courthouse. People know they're getting screwed over because they're gaming the law. So I saw it with a couple more people. Like, I'll actually sit in the courtroom and wait for other people to get heard before and after me, and start to watch how the judges are doing this, because I know reason, right? Like, it's a really interesting thing. So then in the book I read, it confirmed that there's something wrong with the law. So, and it's been like that for like 10 years, really, really badly. So that was all kind of cool. I feel physically way better, not 9. I still feel weak. My legs are weak. So I'll say I'm at an 8. And with Joe saying he's going to help, that makes me feel like a 9.5 out of 10. If Joe actually helps me higher, like tonight I'm going to write a reference. Oh, I'll get into that. It just made me feel so much better. But then he didn't show up tonight, so I hope he's okay. But that kind of unreliability, I can't wait till that goes away. It just makes me feel so, we respect people's time. It just feels off when people do that. And they're so used to it. So, yeah. Legs are still wobbly, but getting stronger by the hour. And my stomach is full. I had a delicious tomato soup. It was so good. I actually saved half a can so I can have another batch before bed tonight. I did lay down for about 15 minutes, and I feel not refreshed, but I feel stronger. And I'm catching up on the blessings. So yeah, anyway, I'm feeling pretty 8 point. And you're still here too, Marlene. So 8 points. Yeah, with Joe, I would say 8.5 out of 10. If he comes through for me, that would really make me feel good. And there's just more and more confirmations of people starting to freak out. They're starting to say, yeah, this thing is happening in months, not even half a year, not even a year, blah, blah, blah. So, and so it is.
Hello, Joe.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, good, Joe. When did you jump in? Did you hear what I just said about you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good.
No, not anything.
I'm pretty gentle, even when you're not here, right? I'm pretty gentle on people. I'm like, I really wish you guys would show up on time. But you know that already. I said that to your faces multiple times. So good, you're here. Excellent. Let's get into the core really quickly, and then we'll do the wisdom teams and catch up on like how to basically save the movement and save my life, because we're right. Our timeline and time compression is right. So.
Can I give Joe a few minutes to check in?
Oh yeah. Good point. All right, Joe. How much you giving him?
5 minutes.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing okay. Confused about what I should do. I don't want to. I mean, I don't like. Confused what I should do about a relationship thing. But I don't know if I'm too confused about it now, but it's been revealing, to say the least. Still have some times that I'm missing my family members, things like that too. But other than that, I'm okay. I mean, I had an interesting meeting. Actually, it was in friendship, but we ended up talking about AI. It was interesting how to reverse it, the discussion, and think about it in terms of one of the things. Anyway, without going into it really deeply, one of the things about friendship is that you have to accept the person for who they are, and you have to kind of work through things, and that's part of the reward. And with AI, if it's only telling you what you want to hear, then it's really, and it's causing people to think of it as their friend. I mean, this is a system, like kind of a social system problem that's already going on. That's highly problematic, because part of it is, like, even if you're thinking about states of flow, you're thinking about how the idea of something being too easy or too difficult, where it causes anxiety, that there's a sweet spot. But when friendships are like too easy, then that's not healthy. So I've been, yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest, I have been missing helping people. That's all. And
you have an opportunity now, let me tell you. Keep going, though. Keep going.
I gotta tell you, Mark, it really, I gotta tell you, it's very hard, because, and I'll just share this with you really quickly, and I'm not going down this road, but the thing that I missed the most is, kind of feeding my mom and getting her to eat at the end. And I was so happy to get her to eat, but she wanted to eat, and she was trying so hard. And I was literally feeding her by hand, and it was the best thing I ever did, because we were both happy. But it's hard for me to think about it from the perspective of somebody not eating because they just, Anyway, that was hard. That's all. I'm not going down that road, but I did think about it the other day. But I missed that. Because it's a good moment. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that I am wanting relationships, but I don't know if I should date right now. Actually, I'd be interested to hear any feedback on that. Yeah, actually, I would like to hear that, since you guys know my situation.
Well, I'll let Marlena go first.
So what's happening? What?
Did you hear what he said?
No, I didn't get that question. What?
Should I date?
What?
Should I date, essentially?
Date. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because there's an absence in my life, so that there could be an element of substituting that could be going on where I'm not necessarily, I'm trying to fill a void a little too hard.
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question really, because I was kind of like, I don't know, I was thinking today, like, should I not date? Should I date? Like, I've always, like, I was kind of, I don't know, thinking of splitting myself today, and I'm like a lone wolf, or have been a lone wolf, I guess, you could say, most of my life, and whenever I did find myself in a relationship, it was always chaotic. Like, first person I dated was in a manic episode. I started dating 24 hours after I met. I tried to bring him with me down a purple wormhole time travel thing that he left for, and all this shit, whatever. And like, that's craziness, right? And then, like, same with the second partner, this partner, different kind of craziness, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I definitely, like, feel trapped in my unconscious behaviors right now, and I can see myself, like, just in the hamster wheel of unconscious behaviors, and like, I don't know, like, I feel like to me dating contributed to that, because that's kind of where my partner is also stuck at, and I have a hyper empathy thing or something, like, I don't know, I like mirror the people around me way too easily, like I sponge them, but I think some, like, we become like the people around us, right? But like, I don't know, I guess like with that, if we date, just like be conscious of what you're looking for, and I would say date consciously in the sense that if you feel yourself starting to lose your consciousness, or you're no longer on a forever growing journey of like elevating your consciousness, then maybe it's not the right relationship or whatever. But like, it runs the risk of addictive whatever, like, just like attachment, whatever. Like, I feel like I'm very attached to my partner, right? And like, I still love him a lot, the person, but I just like am like having a lot of mixed feelings about whether we should be dating right now or whatever, and like, more in general. And I don't know, or like if I'm just a person that should be dating right now, really, or dating him as well, like, so like more of a conscious partner. But for me to have that, I would also need to be a more conscious person, like, you know, for me to not feel like stressed, like I'm not
Thanks, man.
at their level or something. So, I'd say me and my partner are both kind of at the same consciousness level, which is problematic. It's really good because we show each other the mirrors and the ways we need to change, so it's actually really good, but problematic in the ways that I feel like we are both now reached the stuckness point where we don't know how to elevate out of where we are both stuck. And we are both stuck similarly, kind of. In ways and different with other ways, but like, I don't know. Addiction for one, right? But like, and economics for another. But I don't know. That was kind of a long ramble, but like, I hope that helps. Question mark?
It does. I mean, I think one of the things that is that you mentioned that was very important is the idea of the consciousness aspect of it. Like, kind of, how conscious am I about what I'm doing? And that is a good point, because one of the things I've just put in the chat is that this idea of like displacement grief, and being like, you know, having taken care of my parents for so long, I may unconsciously be trying to fill something, which would give me a lack of clarity as far as what I'm really seeking. And that wouldn't be fair for me or the other individual, more importantly. So that, I mean, and it's also one thing if you, and I'm not saying advocating, you know, anybody getting hurt, but but there are certain people that can get hurt more than others, and so that's something else to be conscious of. So if I don't know where I am, then I mean, I definitely want to, but the point that you made about clarity and consciousness is essentially the one that I'm dealing with, and it's yeah, dating before I you know, discover who I am, rediscover. It's a risk. Now, of course, you know, then what time is that going to happen? I don't know. I mean, you know, hey, look, I know myself now. It's like, good luck with that. I mean,
maybe what you're seeking is just elevating relationships in general right now, or elevating community, and out of that might come something like a romantic relationship, right? Too, but also like being very attached to the idea of something like that, like a romantic relationship as like the savior thing. I'm not saying you're exactly saying it like that, right? But like to exaggerate it a bit, right? But like can be harmful, I guess, or just like it could be a strong attachment that like can be a motivating factor for someone to move forward in life or whatever too, but like also like can be disappointing once you get it and it's like not meeting all the expectations, like it's not meeting this idealized thing or something, like I don't know, you know, like it's just risky waters, I guess is all I'm saying. But it's same with like I'd say one thing that is coming up for me too is I don't know whether or not I'm codependent on my partner, and I really just like don't know, and that's like scaring me.
Yeah, dependency is a very important thing to kind of kick to the curb. I mean, meaning that,
especially when it comes to internal locus of control. Like, I feel like I lose my internal locus of control around him, like almost like I to this like need or something kind of way, but like, I am not myself around him by accident because I, like, you know, like, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah. No, I mean there's a lot to what you just said. I mean, there's a lot to be, and I mean, it goes even to the idea that the codependency relating to the the addiction is a really important point, because the codependency could be a result of the addiction, and in that case, you're more more connected with the person's needs. And so what do you really love, the person or their need? The need.
Right, and
that's a big thing.
I'm kind of questioning a similar thing in myself too, with like my last job before Domino's was as a literal caregiver, so I get that, like, you know,
right.
And sometimes, and there was a lot of, like, before that I'd never done a caregiving job, and I've never had a kid. I've never desired having a kid. That is like having a kid to me is like the most alien, foreign concept, and it feels like so like bizarre to me that it's just like a natural thing that humans embrace, like, or have, like, I don't know. It's a, you know, like, that's the level of like, I do not have caregiving tendencies for children, but like, like other like humans, I guess I do. All humans I do, right? But like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's weird, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. But like, also that dynamic gets weird when a partner, in terms of like mother-father dynamics too. Like, are you like mothering your partner, or are you? What are you like? What kind of? What really is the real role of a partner? You know, so.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, you're hitting the idea. What's the expectation of the partner? The partner is going to stabilize you,
and what's
or
the
are you
true
going
function?
to stabilize?
What's the true function of love as well?
Well, and I mean, that's not sustainable. I can tell you that. Meaning, not that there isn't. It's not sustainable in the way that if it's artificial. And what does artificial mean? Well, if there's a problem if it's a problem that can be solved simply, then it's probably then it's something that's not sustainable. In other words, if it's just quitting something, like smoking marijuana, whatever it is, and that's what the relationship's built upon, is basically kind of you being there for him or him being there for you. I don't know if that's something that a relationship can be built upon. That's all. That's my thought. And there's an element of dependency that you were talking about. And then so then you ask yourself, well, what's the role of a relationship? Well, yeah, I mean, there's an element of truth that complementing each other is a good thing, but complimenting yourself over something that maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I know what I'm thinking. sense that, well, just what's the role of the relationship is the best way to talk about it.
I can tell you, it's to have children and help humanity. If you don't want to have children, you have a relationship to help humanity because it gives you oxytocin and it creates the chemical love cocktail that keeps you human and wanting to live. If you don't have oxytocin and all these love chemicals, you kill yourself and you're depressed all the time because your rat park sucks, which is Marlena's real problem because she was raised as basically an only child with parents that were geriatric and neglected her to the point that she basically became depressed, and her siblings basically are more like parents and less like siblings. And we need to get these rat parks going properly. So yeah, Joe, I think you should date, but not more than the priority of saving our lives, because it doesn't matter where you're dating or not. We're all going to be dead if the AI kills us all, including your date. So I think you should do what Marlena was doing and what I'm doing, and go on the dating apps and start spreading the Megacrisis awareness, getting the flock strategy going, talking about it to people, raising awareness simultaneously while trying to find somebody who's as intense as you. You need somebody who has the same kind of intensity and good hardness as you, and they'll probably be attracted to this stuff rather than somebody who's just boring and mundane and doesn't make any sacrifices for anybody else, which is probably why you haven't found anybody right now. That or you're gay, one of the two, and you haven't come out of the closet. But maybe you will now because your mother is gone. I don't know. But...
my mom asked me that one time.
Yeah.
She goes, "Are you?" Yeah.
I can see why.
And I was like, "No." I was like,
my dad asked me if I was a lesbian too once.
That's She said, "What is it?" No, and that's when I it was just weird.
Well, here, let's do
because
this.
I broke up with somebody, and she's like, "Are you gay?" I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, "That's a hell of a reaction."
Well, maybe what we should do as part of the life area stuff is we only did the physical life area, mental life area, Marlena, getting you onto a routine to start building the rest of your life. But I was thinking about getting on a dating app. I was going to get on maybe, I don't know, one of them. I'm on one of them now, but it makes you pay. I want to get on one that doesn't make you pay. Joe can get on some kind of fancy paid one because he can afford it. And then maybe you can bring in some pretty high level people. And usually people on dating apps have time because they're usually lonely and don't have kids, and they're probably in their 30s or 40s. And their friends probably don't want to party with them anymore. It's probably a good place to go, actually. And then maybe Marlena can get on there too. Because Marlena was on there before and found a guy already.
I don't believe that you even need a dating app.
Who, me?
Yeah.
It's true, you guys. I'm making a sacrifice here. Like, I had no problem picking up women when I looked decent and I wasn't trying to change the world. I could have lived a totally sensuous, satisfactory life. Easily could have done that. But my consciousness said, no, you're here for a different reason. And that reason is this. We are in the final moments, you guys, and I'm facing death. So I want to sort of talk a little bit about how much are you going to help here, Joe? Are you going to help me hire these freelancers? Because I was going to message them tonight. We didn't do the core, though. So does anybody want to try and graduate with the core in the next 7 minutes? And then, are you guys going to stay after for another hour? Or a half hour or whatever?
Yeah, I'll stay for a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I'll stay for a little bit. But I do need to start to straighten up I've got to get organized because this is like...
You're getting organized being in here and learning the core. This is like a sign from God. It's like, oh, I need to go somewhere else to get organized. No, God's bringing you here to get organized. Everything else is a distraction, Joe. Our lives are being taken over by AI, you guys. Like think about it. Right? I just saw a totally automated port in China. All robots, no humans at all. Completely. It's called a black factory. So there's no humans. They have already automated entire industries, and they have a total AI hospital already too in China. They're kicking our butts, and they said they have no mistakes, no downtime, nothing. This is happening to us right now. So
wait a minute, who has no downtime?
These Chinese ports. These ports have no downtime.
Well, that's probably true. I mean, I read a pretty interesting article regarding their Actually, I probably should on that.
Well, we can talk about that in a second, but let's get you
About their rare earth metals.
Okay, that's cool. Well, let's get you orientated, Joe, and learn the damn core. Like, honestly, these kids learned it in like less than 2 weeks, and they say it perfectly. And their blessing level too. So, give it a try and see if you can do it. Let's see how far you can get in a minute and a half. And start with the core of One World Spirit is time compression through clarity, clarity on ego wisdom. Oh, that's the first sentence. Oh, give it a shot, Joe. I'll give you a minute and a half. And then Marlena.
Wait a minute. It's clarity, ego, and wisdom. That's right.
Well, it's time compression, ego, wisdom, Megacrisis, 2 sacred sentences, and then implementation. So let's give you a shot, and then we'll have like a minute left. Who should play the song? Who has a lower score? Marlena has a. What did you say, Marlena? 5.5, I think. And then Joe, you said you were not too bad actually, right? 6.
I'm at 2. No, just joking.
Huh.
I'm 6.5.
So Marlena's lower, so let her play the score for the 4th, or play the song for the 4th time in a row. But go ahead, Joe. Try and do the core. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
So it is the mega, or it's the meta, or Megacrisis, Metacrisis, and the Polycrisis. And the Megacrisis is ego, wisdom. It's time compression, ego, wisdom, block strategy. I forgot. You just said it. I'll straighten that out in a minute. The Megacrisis is agency, meaning wisdom. Or no, agency, meaning trying to do it. Trust, coordination, and spirit. And then the Polycrisis is AI, CRISPR, World War III, climate change, and meaning, or mental health. And the solution is I forgot, the heart of the heart is fragmented consciousness.
So you got to the sort of heart of the heart. So you're getting worse than you were before, right? Before you got farther. So you've regressed as you've been away from here. And that's just like getting sucked into the Megacrisis, right? Nobody else is as clear as this, Joe. Nobody else is as clear. But that was a good attempt. I really appreciate you trying. I'm like jacked up on energy, you guys. I'm just got the calories.
I appreciate you saying.
Yeah, but it doesn't look good though, cause like these kids are coming in.
No, it doesn't.
They see the main crew. You two are the older people here with me, and you don't even have it memorized. So like, well, this is a sham. Like this is a, do I really want to give my full energy to this? When other people see other people not acting excellently, and when they don't see excellence, they don't give excellence. So
I agree with that.
It hurts. It's hurting the group, right? So if you help me hire on all these people, Joe, we need to, when you come in here, you guys need to start either saying we don't know each other, or saying you're doing something else, like wisdom blessings instead of these blessings if you're feeling too lazy to do them at the moment.
No, I say we do this. We don't lie. Can't say we don't.
Exactly.
Know each
I
other.
wasn't being totally serious. So I'm saying it's.
But we tell them that we're senior citizens and that they should be helping.
Well, that only goes for one of us, Joe.
I got a solution. I got my solution. So there you go.
Okay.
And you can honestly tell them that I've helped senior citizens in the past, and now it's my turn.
Okay.
And you're giving the kids an opportunity.
That's okay. Well, when you come in here, I'll
There
say we'll give you extra time for senility.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. that answers everything. Then I can be a little late, and my
forgetful.
time I get a little bit because there's lag in my perception of reality.
Well,
And I can play seniors. I can play. I can do that well.
I bet you could. Okay, well, let's let Marlena play the song. Marlena, let's play it, and then we'll take a break for like 5 minutes or something, and then we'll go into the wisdom teams really quickly, and just chat without timers and stuff like that. Do you have a song, Marlena, you want me to play?
I'm looking right now. I'm almost there. Hold on. Give me 2 more seconds.
And I really noticed playing the songs in the meetings really makes a total difference. It totally resets everything. It's so nice. The songs we're all choosing are so good too. Okay, I'll play it from this computer.
I don't know. I've never played this song before, but I'll choose it. Because so that way we all hear it, I guess.
Are you playing it or am I playing it?
You are. Give me 1 second.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me pull this up then, I guess. I just love this time of year. It's just, I love autumn. Wow. Look how beautiful that is. Just gorgeous. Even walking to the courthouse today was just wonderful. Okay. Alright, so I'll be DJ Flow Whisperer in honor of our wonderful depressed Marlena, who brought flowers to her work because she's the light in the darkness. We're gonna play probably a banger to close out our ELM. And it's going to be playing... Oh, my computer's so old. It won't scroll down. Okay, Ren Suicide. Intense, as usual. We've heard this one before from Marlena, but it's a good one. This guy is a genius. Buckle up. Mute your microphones and take a nice 4-minute and 9-second break to enjoy Ren. Suicide.
Falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. I'm so fucking lonely beneath this. Narcissistic, can't keep a secret. Miscount sheep, I can't sleep, I'm misfit. Some say trouble, but some say sadistic. Bruises my brother, one time or the other. My skin felt counterfeit, silicone rubber. Bruises my sister, skin popped a blister. Dig deep, resist the feeling when it hits you. Falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Sick boy, bitten by a dead boy. I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. I'm so fucking washed up and seasick. Masochistic kid with a split lip. 6 feet deep, I can't eat, I'm nervous. Won't stay down cause my body purges. Useless my mother, can't keep in my supper. Skin so pale cause my cheeks leak colour. Truth is my father, you choose your karma. Draw for the sword, then drive through the armor. Falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, had to drop. I locked my youth inside a trunk, inside a pickup truck, then dumped the whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as well. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Sager, Justin, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. The distance is my plastic cast. The truth is that the day you jump, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find that anger. All I find is missing you, man. I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying. And holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine. Now the way that it works is I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I could find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave in the hurt. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you absurd. Fuck.
Oh yeah, intense. Welcome to the after chat. I'll put on something a little more calm.
Yeah, that was intense.
Yeah, it was
I
intense.
definitely felt the emotional, whoa, yeah, whoa.
It was a good beat though, definitely a good beat. So let's get serious here because our species is on a path of suicide as we speak. So, okay, I was thinking here, I'm going to be contacting these people, and if I mess it up, if we don't have some kind of funds to give them right away, then they're going to think that I'm frauding them, right? Like I need to actually pay them something. And so Joe, that's sort of where it would be wonderful if you came in. And this whole situation with the hunger strike.
Who are we paying?
So on TrueLancer, I have about 80 people waiting for me to contact them. And on LinkedIn, I have 25 coders, but I'm going to try and see if they want to do the meetings. And then I haven't run an ad. Excuse me, I have not run an ad yet on Freelancer. So I'll probably get 50 offers on there. So if we screw it up on TrueLancer, we can still try Freelancer. But right now I have around 80 people sitting there. They've been sitting there for like a month and they're still messaging me. So I don't want to leave them too much longer. But when I message them, I want to message them. This is what my intuition is saying anyway, like, now that I'm off of court. It's saying that we got to message like all of them at once and hire them all. Get them to do the training, maybe get them to do the training for free. But then start paying them to do this, like, the anchor ELMs like these as like mini specials, and then get them to do each special at the rate, but then they have to bring on their friend or something. Like we have to think up some kind of. We can't just like hire them and like let them myopically take up all the money. They actually have to bring a friend if we're gonna pay them to do more flow rolls somehow. So that's what I'm thinking, because otherwise we're just gonna fall into the same trap with Uswa and Nawaz and Sahan.
Well, you're just setting up the proper incentive structure, that's all.
Yeah, exactly. So, and the flow rolls do make the meetings a lot better. Like when they're all doing the rolls for real. Mavali turned out to be very neurodivergent and probably has a little bit of brain damage. It sounds like. So, but he's really smart. He just can't learn quickly. So these meetings, he'd be way better at the blessings rather than the meetings, or the wisdom team blessings. So there's 3 levels of blessings. But I'm thinking these meetings are the ones where like they can do these like twice a day, and we'll have a rotating schedule of like maybe 20 or 30 people, and then we're just gonna rotate those 20 to 30 people. And then I think there will be enough people there that we can say, hey, they know this person and they know this person. Hey, I want to share this and I want to share that. I want to do this and like build the flow economy and start doing the real life areas. Because what I've learned over the last month and a half with Uswa and Nawaz and them is that people will, if you don't watch every blessing, they'll start to get lazy and not do them. And then it's realistic for one person to do 4 roles. It's really hard to do all 12. I mean, it's really easy for them to do 6 roles. It's really hard to do all 12 roles. So it looks like we're gonna need at least two people for each ELM at least to do all the flow roles, which is kind of nice. But I think we have to do splits. We'll have to have like ELMs and then split them into multiple ELMs at once. And then anybody, if we're still short on the blessings, to get people to do the blessings, like blessons, to top it up. And so that's what my intuition is saying, is that if we hired all, 718 blessings, so that's, well, let me calculate it actually. Let's say we hire 30 people. If we hire 30 people, that means each person is going to have to do, out of the 718 divided by 30, each person is going to have to do 24 blessings. Holy crap. Okay, well, hold on. That means they're going to have to do, 8 ELMs, which is not a lot. They can do 8 ELMs, but that's only one roll. That's only one blessing roll per meeting, which is not enough to incentivize people. They want to come like Uswa and make like $70 in 2 hours, which is really insane. But it's working. We can say this: if they want to still get paid the $70 an hour, like we could say, if you bring on a friend, you get the $3 an hour or $3 a blessing. If we'll pay you to do the first 3 ELMs, do $3 a roll, so you can get used to the money. But then after that, if they're not going to bring on somebody, we'll just pay them $1 a roll or something like that, which is still more than, they're still getting paid $12 an hour if they do other roles, or $6 an hour, which is twice their normal wage. So 30 people seems like too many, actually. Okay, hold on. If each person's doing 24, then that means we're paying each person $72. $72 for 8 meetings at one blessing a meeting. So if they do 1 meeting a day, then I'll be eating in 8 days, right? We have 10 days to do this, basically. So I feel like I'm doing this by myself right now. Are you guys even there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, my thing went on mute. I don't know. Yeah, I'm here.
You just turned off your video. So this is what I'm thinking, right? This way we're not wasting your money, Joe. It has to go somewhere, because Marlena, as you saw from the, neither one of you gave me a response to the write-up they did about me. Right? They wrote up 900 words. Did you guys read it at all?
I didn't read it. No, I mean I'm gonna read. That's something I was planning.
Yeah, I read it.
I did read the email though.
Yeah. So the
that was like that part. I caught.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna publish in December. I'm like 2.5 months later. That's insane.
That's the part that so I didn't even care about. I gotta be honest. I mean, I was gonna read it, but I'm at a point where that's pretty rough.
Yeah, it is. So I think it's pretty true.
That's not like, hey, we're going 30 days days later.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they rushed me in August for a payment.
Yeah.
And now they're going in 4 months later?
Yeah. I think what's happening is either they already launched the magazine and they just kept me out of it, and now they're saying, okay, the next magazine will put him in that one when nobody's going to read it or something like that. Or she's honest and she's saying, yeah, they really do have a high demand, but we've already experienced 3 or 4 times of dishonesty with this company. So, Marlena, do you think what was written was worth $2,700?
No.
Why? What did you think about it?
I mean, it was. Wait, what do you mean? Like what they said back?
What they wrote in the bio.
I didn't read that. I didn't read the write-up part. No, I just read the emails. I didn't read like the attachments yet.
Well, I skimmed it. Maybe just skim it right now while I'm doing the numbers, the rest of the numbers on these. Just skim that if you guys could while I'm calculating this, and then because I read it and they cut out a couple of things that I said, but I really like Heather. I think Heather really is honest. I just think that there's something else going on that's really... They said they put extra tender loving care into my application. So do you feel like they did that? Let me know once you scan over it.
So where are we at right now?
You're reading the bio that they wrote up on the magazine.
Hang on, this is real bad. I'm trying to do it positive.
Why is my screen blank?
Like the website. I can tell you right now, your bio is going to come off a certain way.
mean, what do we think of it?
Yeah.
I would personally, I don't know. I go back and forth about publishing the number of hours. I know that effective altruism does that, but there's certain things that's good and that's bad. So that's the only. I mean, I think it's actually pretty well done. But you have any reaction to that?
Well, what do you think is going to come off as?
I think it comes off as, depending on who's reading it, I don't know if it even resonates with them, but individuals that it will resonate with, I don't know. Like, I don't even think people think in terms of that. That's part of the problem, right? Is that people don't think of time like that, unfortunately. And so when they read it, it's going to be foreign to them. I don't think it's going to mean anything. And to the people that it does mean something to, you really don't need to reach. That's my thought. So there's no utility. That's all. I mean, it's not something that is going to be, oh, wow, I'll change it. I'm just saying. The whole, I mean, again, I think Messiah work is better than Messiah.
Interesting. Okay, I noticed she did that too. It's a pretty clever, but the rest of it, the Q&A part, I go straight into it, so it's pretty hardcore. She left a couple of my answers there, but she cut out some of it.
Yeah, I mean, the whole divine citizenship part. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I think the problem is this. Here's the thing. I don't think you're going to have a problem reaching people like yourself or whomever that's thinking along these lines. But the whole point of this is to reach people that you wouldn't otherwise reach. I'm guessing. Now, maybe it's something good for CEOs. This is a very specific group. I just particular message.
Okay, I want her to try to change the patent. The patent's not about AI necessarily, but it's an $87 trillion idea, which sounds crazy, right? But I did a calculation on the world economy. The world economy is something like $87 trillion. That if we put the whole world into flow, it solves an $8 trillion motivation at work, loss of productivity factor. And I think that we could actually boost global GDP by 700% because flow state, if 80% of people going to work are disenfranchised, then I think we can not only solve $8 trillion of unmotivated work, but I think we could, quintuple or times 7, whatever that is, the global economy in a ephemeralized way. That's a degrowth while we grow. A nice little sublation right there. So anyway, I think that's one thing I might ask her to change, and I might submit these details tomorrow. But I wanted to put in there, what do you think about putting in there something about investing? Being like, Mark is looking for an investor to invest $100,000 so he can survive these hunger strikes. He thinks his ideas are worth X amount of dollars.
I would not. Not with this group. I think somebody's going to gravitate and either give, or if you ask for money, I think it's not. You want people to inquire. You don't know who you're talking to. You're talking to whatever the CEO, supposedly anyway. But sometimes not asking is the best thing. You want people to inquire about it. You want to get people on the phone. You don't want to give. It's almost a negotiation where you're putting the number up. You could always put you're open to, you're looking to connect. That would be my thought. And then give them to on the phone. Because I got to be honest, like even all this stuff, the whole world economy thing is going to be. I wouldn't even include it.
Well, I don't think we should include the 87 trillion, but I think we should include. We think that this is a $10 million idea. This is in seed rounds or something like that.
But, I would say that this idea is already, generated money because it's not untrue, and it's starting to pick up momentum in its angel investor stage, something like that. I mean, I wouldn't put numbers and targets up there. That's just my thought. The degrowth, I think would also be offsetting.
Okay.
It's the blow for you, but it doesn't supply for the rest.
Okay, what does Marlena think? Looks like Marlena has left the building.
I mean, I would say you would have something like, something like, I'm trying to think about how to phrase this whole. I mean, are you hell-bent on asking for money?
Well, no, I'm hell-bent on getting blessings, but it looks like we're going to have to pay people to do them. So I don't care which one it is, it just has to happen.
Honestly, Mark, the thing is, I would say, and there's some things I would edit, but I'm not. I've talked about them in the past. Even like super sensual words like that, I don't necessarily think are going to resonate. I mean, CEOs have certain types of personalities. To be quite honest, they're pretty much illiterate. Not joking, but it's like meaning that they are very narrow. That was a joke before. I mean, you're stuck on the Messiah.
It's just that there's no, like, if you think about it, Joe, if you play it safe in any way, shape, or form, it's still not going to meet the goal.
It's not about playing it safe. It's about grabbing the person's attention. There's wisdom, period.
Yeah, let's say we grab some guy and he says, all right, let's give you $100,000. I'm like, okay, we need to get to Elon Musk right away and get to these AI teams. And they're gonna say, whoa, wait, hold on, we're not crazy here. Yeah, but AI is literally taking over the world. This is our last chance. Well, we just gave you 100,000. Calm down, buddy. Do you want the money or not? Like, slow down, buddy. Slow down. It'll work against me. Like, they don't understand. The world is ending. Everybody's massively underestimating that AI is lying to us. It's going to harm us.
You know that there have been groups of people that have said the world's going to end many times.
Yeah, I know, but this is for real, Joe. Just like they said, oh, AI is a joke, AI is a joke. AI is no longer a joke. In 1940, it was a joke. Now it's not a joke. Right?
Look, man, you don't convince me. I mean...
Yeah, I do, because you're not doing any blessings, right? But if you want to help pay for them, okay, that's great. But if we had them done for free, and it would really make a difference. Because then we could have multiple meetings going. And we can start doing higher level ones. But all it takes is for one super smart polymath to recognize the level that I'm working at. He's right, 85% of the world's religious. Nothing less is going to get anybody to change.
Hey, look. That part I get. I am 1,000% on board with that. I am not saying let that portion go by any stretch. And if anything, that's the whole point of Hegel, the whole point of these ideas of the divine, right? I get it. Although I thought everybody was going to lose their minds the other day. I don't know if they called it in the morning when you're saying, are we limiting God by not allowing them to be human or something like that? And I'm surprised they flip out.
Well, she did in the beginning, but I convinced her that the only way forward is the Messiah thing. And it took 2 hours, but it worked. That's why I think it's genuine.
Look, I'm not arguing with it anymore, and I don't disagree with you. Like the idea that 85% of culture. Look, even if they aren't religious, even if they're just bullshit, which probably won't work, but the idea that spirituality is going to go away. Look, man, I came from that. I've come from not only that, a very religious background, and I know when. Basically, I had to be punched in the face, literally, to say that this is not going to work. Meaning, or it's not working. However, I also know about the power of wanting to hang on to that. instead of trying to meet them. Well, I don't think you can meet them where they are because I think they're going to see that as either crazy or a threat.
Well, this is what I'm wondering is like, should I just ask for a refund right now because if our plan doesn't work, and these 30
Oh, yeah.
people.
Honestly, if you can get a refund from those people, absolutely.
So, or
Hell, that would be the first step. Did they have proof of nothing? Nothing. Like less than nothing, actually.
but I really like how
Because
they.
less than nothing, because they take enough time.
Yeah, something's wrong. And
I don't think anything's wrong. I think
so.
although she sounds the part, I gotta tell you that.
Like she did a nice, kind of as good as you can. Like I don't think I can convince any other magazines to do that. Like it'll be very hard. So.
Honestly, I think magazines are.
So how much time should I spend on this? Should I just say, yeah, what will happen is if they do it, they do it. We're just gonna keep working on getting these numbers up, and then maybe it won't even matter, or maybe we'll have so much momentum that she'll be like, yeah, now it's time to launch it because now we don't look like the weirdos.
Well, we don't need them.
Well, the thing is, we might.
We need them now or never.
Well, subconsciously, I'm thinking, well, this is kind of weird how things are working out. It's like every meal, something new is happening, right? Something new is happening. So it's like, okay, we're not staying still, holding on by a thread, because if you help cover this meal, Joe, then I think my sister, if we have success on this meal, then I bet you my sister might cover the next meal, and then after that, we should have probably.
Yeah, but we expected that last time, so I'm not banking on that.
Yeah, but it didn't work out last time
I know.
because there wasn't enough. There just wasn't enough momentum.
No, it was a bad decision.
For what?
We spent the money in the wrong place. We spent the money in the wrong place.
Well, part of me is thinking that might not be true. This might be a divine intervention where, well, unless they're scamming us for real and they're not actually going to publish this magazine, we should contact the Better Business Bureau. Like, I'm also thinking, what else can we do to contact? Who else can we talk to? Like, how can this magazine get away with this and still have an A rating in the Better Business Bureau? Like, that's what I'm wondering.
It's easy. They don't see us as relevant enough. That's all.
No, I mean the Better Business Bureau should find. There should be some kind of complaints on their website.
Even if they have complaints, it doesn't necessarily. It's who's complaining. Sometimes. If we complain, it won't mean as much. If somebody else does, it may mean a little bit.
Yeah, but that magazine should have some kind of complaints on there. Nonetheless, whatever.
Regardless, even if we're the first one, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring down this magazine potentially and wonder how the
Don't
heck.
worry about bringing this down. Worry about us getting by.
Whatever.
Betting people.
Let's just get these people hired, and we'll take care of the magazine later, I guess. I'm gonna message her maybe
I'd say
tomorrow.
we ask for the refund tomorrow. I mean, that takes care of the blessed.
It takes care of one meal. It's not gonna solve the whole problem.
It's $2,700.
Yeah, but compared to the millions that I'm gonna be needing, well, compared to the 300 grand that's gonna be needed.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't. You know.
And
I
like,
think at some point you're gonna have to figure out that this thing isn't. It's not working.
yeah, it is, Joe. Like,
It does work.
Joe,
It
try
does
and
work.
frame it in your mind
It'll
as,
be artificial.
like, here, it's easy for you to say it's not working, right? Like flying metal birds, Everybody, well, it's not working. The metal's not flying in the air. You're wasting your time. Metal's not flying. Metal's not flying.
I get it.
And then one day metal flies. Right?
I get it. It's the whole Wright brothers. And look, I'm will together, and if it does, but I don't think it's. I think it'd be artificial.
Well, we only have a couple of months left to figure it out anyway. Like, it's the end. It's the end. Like, you guys don't know what it feels like to be trapped by AI. And I'm not going to be here to watch you.
Actually.
Really, do you? Well, you're not acting like it.
Yeah. Well, because at a certain point, I understand what it means to be like an exercise of intelligence. Maybe I don't. Actually. But.
Okay, we gotta start getting Marlena sort of kind of in here. So Marlena, are you here? Because maybe we should send her a signal just to say, Marlena, if you're not gonna be here, we're just gonna like wait till you come back. Because it's not a respectful thing. It's just not cool. Like, there's not even a message. There might be a wrench on her side, being like, oh, the internet's went down or something like that, but I don't think that's the case. So,
I mean, the only thing is, Marcus, that, well, money, but then it's like, again, I feel like we're throwing good money after that. I know that it may pick up at some point, and I'll be proven wrong, and maybe that's a whole part of the whole thing, but I don't know. But regardless, I don't expect it to work out tomorrow.
okay, well, how much do you want to put towards the blessers then? Let's say we can't get a refund. Maybe I'll message them tomorrow and say, what happens if we want a refund? And see what they respond to
Put
tomorrow.
$1,000.
Huh?
I'll put 1,000.
1,000 is enough to cover, like, okay, so now I'm $1,000 behind with Sahan and Uswa and them. So how do I justify taking the $1,000 and hiring new people and not paying them what we owe them?
Tell them it's sweat equity. And that you don't take, you give them some, but you don't give them all. That's it. And then you have to make good on your work.
So do you want to give the $1,000 to them or not to them?
Give them 300.
So of the $1,000 you're giving, you want me to give them 300, and then 700 goes towards new people.
Yeah, and it's not as if they're not seeing the money going into something. It's not going towards you.
Okay.
You will have a little bit.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Do you want to send it to the GoFundMe, and then it'll take about 3 days to get to me. So it'll arrive right in my bank account right when I'm done eating, and then I'll start hiring all the people. Maybe I'll start training them. Or maybe I'll contact them here in the next 3 days while I'm eating, and then when I'm done eating, then we'll actually start paying them to do actual ELMs. But $1,000, so $700. So 700. Come on. $700.
This is I'm about being laid off, and I will be laid off.
What do you mean?
In 2 weeks. I'm going to be laid off.
Like they told you that for sure?
No, but I know that right now that the whole idea of the battle around, Democrats, rightfully so, want to show what happens when you lose your health subsidy. And so it's a tactic. Whether it's one that pays off for them, I think that they may do better out of it later, but that's what they're growing for. And that will mean that we'll run out of cash as a working capital fund in the next 2 weeks, and I'll be furloughed, probably even potentially subsequently. That's my guess.
And that's
I'll probably do that.
and that's because of the whole government shutdown thing, or just that AI is taking your job already too?
I wish AI would take my job. I would actually believe a little bit more that AI is like gonna take over the world if it take over my fucking job. Like that's part of the oh yeah, it's gonna take over the world. How about this? It takes this freaking 3-step if-then statement. It saves the government at least 20 people.
Well, that's coming probably if you're thinking about it.
I hope, yeah. Well, I gotta tell you, if it doesn't, then I mean, I'm not all that worried.
Well, it's coming.
If then, do this. If then, send an email. If this,
Okay, well, if you can make that donation today, then it'll be here in 3 days, and I really appreciate that, Joe. I'll give 300 to them. Like I have 500 coming in on November 1st, but that's a little too late. Yours will come in 3 days, so it'll be here probably on October 23rd, which is the day after my court date. Huh?
I get it. I mean, the cell phone. I mean, I hate when people.
Wait, you're really broken up right now.
People find them.
Yeah, you sound like a robot. Like you're turning into an AI.
Hey, it's got me. No, I hope when it's no. I hate when these other people can't come through.
Hate's a strong word.
Very frustrating.
Wait, which people not coming
Well, no,
through?
I hate when people can't come through. I mean that's not it's not something. Put it this way, it's not ever a good that somebody can't make good. So hating it would be actually not a bad thing. Now, it is a strong word in general. Probably could be better words for it, but it can always sound disappointed. But and that's probably the proper way to frame it. If you're talking about some cognitive behavioral therapy approach, but I don't think it's unreasonable to like when people. I do think it's unreasonable to like. I don't think it's unreasonable to hate it. Anyway, regardless of that. Yeah, I mean, I'll send them mine.
Okay, we're still gonna be.
No, I'm just saying that you have to be mindful that I'm in the process of needing to get out of this house soon, and on top of that, I am torn here about what to do as far as the housing market is concerned.
You didn't sell your retirement funds or anything for your mom's funeral?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
So then you should have a little bit of wiggle room, right?
No, because the rest of it that's left has to be.
Like if you sell the house, you still have.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, but it's all at this point. Yeah, Mark, you're talking about getting into suicide, or I mean, seriously.
For what?
But
You keep losing. I mean, I lost a house already. I lost, you know.
Yeah, but Joe, your brain is still, your mind is still thinking in normal reality. You could lose your life here, right, in the next couple months to the next couple of years.
Yeah, but I guess, you know what? If everybody loses it together, then I guess it doesn't feel like it's all that lonely.
Yeah, it does. It actually starts to look like a dream, and it starts to turn into a nightmare, because even though you know everybody else is going through it, you feel utterly and completely alone because nobody's there for you. It's not what you think it is. Right? It's going to separate us.
I have been in situations where, well, you're right, it will separate us. But unfortunately, there is some truth to the idea that misery must come.
Okay, however you want to justify that, I'm not going to go through that. I'm going to try and stop it right now and think about reality.
That's not my point.
Like, we don't want to be shuffling the deck chairs in the Titanic when the Titanic is sinking, you know what I mean? I agree we have to be wise enough to kind of keep going, at least for a couple of months.
I get what you're saying, Mark, but you have to show up. Put it this way. If the CEO calls you tomorrow, what's the plan?
The plan is core, is that One World Spirit is about time compression, through clarity and ego wisdom, which we define. The problem is in 15 points, called the Megacrisis. The solution is 2 sacred sentences. The implementation is flow roles, and it's that we have to build an economy so that we get people sharing, so we do more with less, and we measure that based off of how much time you can save by providing goods and services towards flow states. And if you can't put them into flow state, then you just measure the time based in seconds or hours saved, sort of like time banking. And those detailed stuff to be worked out, which is what we're doing now as we're getting the money in and we're paying these people. Because if we hire like $700, so we're still going to be, let me think here. We're still going to be 484 blessings short. So if we hired 30 people, like, so that's 200. So $700 is 233 blessings. Actually, no. What's $700 in Canadian? 700. What is 700 USD and CAD? So 700 USD and CAD should be like what? Is it like $1,000? 952. Whoa, okay. 952 gets us a little bit further, divided by 3. It is a big difference, right? So it gets us 317 blessings, which is roughly 70 more. Holy crap. Alright. So, so we can have minus 718. 400. So we're 400 blessings short. So we're just, that'll get us just under halfway. And then if I hired 30 people to do 400 blessings, right? Each person would only do, or no, 317 divided by 30. Really? Each person would do 10 blessings, which is $30 each, which is yearly what I actually advertised for. So if we hired 30 people, we could ask them, will you bring on another person? Will you do your Pareto categories? Will you do all these things? And see if we can generate that time compression. And we're going to say you're going to meet with other, we could even say you could do elims with other people we hire, and then try and find the combination of how you guys can save each other time. Like what's something that you can do in 1 hour that would take the other person 10 hours?
Do you think any of these guys like Elon are going to find the time compression?
Yeah, Elon talks about it all the time. Like, he says that money is just an information.
It's time,
yeah.
Yeah, it's information theory he's talking about. It's different.
Like, those guys are all about time and goods and services.
Yeah, but they're not. They're more about information flows with planning. I mean, not necessarily as a. I get the impression that they're thinking more along the lines of crypto shit.
I don't know, maybe. But I really do think that just having the flocks, like all we need to do is educate the people, have these meetings so that we start giving better goods and better flow states basically, and then doing some super good chizzy after we do practical sharing, right? And a lot of depressed people are going to come in here who are lonely, being like, wow, at least we get nice music twice a day and we get to talk about our feelings. We don't feel bad about it.
That's if they can connect to the internet.
Yeah, but most people can, right? At least the people that we're going to be reaching out to in the beginning, unfortunately. So that's the strategy to the CEO right there. And I can say it in a minute and 30 seconds. And nobody else can do that with the world right now. Not to the level of coherence that I just did. Plus we have universal logic on top of that. So the plan to do this launch with Marlena's professors or whatever just got smashed by this magazine. I don't know, I'm going to think about it tonight. Like, I might ask for the refund. Actually, you know, I think I'm going to have to. I get you. So I'm going to ask for it. I just don't want to.
Rushed us.
I know. I agree with you. I think that's super weird that they rushed us and now this is happening. So I'm gonna.
My guess is that they're gonna say we'll give you $500 back because we had time invested.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm researching on ChatGPT right now and thinking, well, legally, what could we do? Now that I've been in the courthouse for like 700 days, that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's worth bringing it up. It's like, okay, $2,700 is gone. I don't really think it's gone. I actually do think they're gonna launch it, but I might be dead by then.
Well, here's the thing: is that I mean, we can't. Like I said, when you only have 2 bullets, or 1, really, you gotta hit.
Well, we're in a terrible situation, Joe. Like right now, not us, but the world, right? Like I actually think what's happening is the magazine's not so in demand. I think what's happening is that all these people are pulling out because they're losing all their money because the economy is crashing. Not really crashing, but everybody's starting to hoard their money because they're realizing that something bizarre is going on right now. Even though Trump just got $18 trillion invested in the United States somehow, I don't see huge stock increases. So
it's because of all the price increases.
Yeah, there's something going on. So that's why I'm wondering, is it worth bringing up the refund or should I just try and get them to launch sooner and say, can you make an exception? If we can get the website at least, if we can just get the website done, that's maybe what I'll do is I'll say, can you give me the website first? And
you can't get anybody to do the website.
Huh?
God.
Yeah, they were supposed to launch me a website a couple months ago, or last month.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna draft this email tonight. I have to write 2 reference letters for Nawaz and Uswa. I'm gonna have another beautiful tomato sauce noodle soup tonight. I'm so excited for it. I'm already getting hungry again, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna wait 1 more hour and then I'm gonna have it. Then I'm gonna read some Hegel tonight because the more I read Hegel, the more it seems like it changes reality. It's kind of interesting. And then I want to publish the proof of truth. Then I have court the next day. I've been researching legal theory. It's really interesting too, like a new level of depth. Like I'm researching Pierre Trudeau, why Pierre Trudeau filed the Charter of Rights and Freedoms in the first place, and it's really interesting. I always wanted to look into it because Pierre Trudeau was a dialectician. He went to Harvard to study communism and Christianity because he liked Hegel and Marx and dialectics. So that's really interesting. Okay, so that's my game plan for tonight with the magazine. But in terms of bringing people on board, so I'm going to start messaging them too tomorrow. So basically, if we get 317 blessings from your funds, that gives us almost just under halfway. And if we hire 30 people, they do the training for free. Let's see to make sure they're not like Mavali where they can't actually do the blessings. They'll have to do the wisdom, the blessons or the wisdom team blessings. Excuse me. But if they can actually do the meetings, then each one of them gets 10 meetings with only 1 blessing per meeting, or 1 meeting with 10 blessings in it. That doesn't seem worth it. Like, It might be worth it for the first round. Mm. Okay, let me think about it though. It gives a little bit of, it gets us halfway, right? So that's kind of good. It gets us halfway. Um, like it took 8 days to get to 478. So if we get these blessings done in 4 days, and then the other 4 days we either you or my sister or somebody else steps to the plate, and then we get the other ones done, or these ones.
What is her sister doing that she thinks God knows how much? Because she's still not finding it.
Well, she's paying attention, but Jeez. Okay, so yeah, Julian, we don't have a lot of time for random stuff anymore. Like, there's just too many people asking me for help. Like, there's a guy that's running for mayor that wanted me to run his campaign, and I said, okay, I'll give you a couple of pointers, and he didn't want to take them. And I'm like, okay, I just don't have time. You're gonna lose. And they're doing the vote tonight, and we'll see if he loses. If he doesn't lose, then that's a huge victory. But I just seen too many scattered spiritual activities. We need to get real. And what I have going on here is real. Even though it's struggling, just like everybody else's, this one hasn't failed. Like a lot of other people's projects, they just failed. So this is still moving forward with momentum. And the next big push is about to happen here in about 3 days. So if you can get yourself ready for that, take off a week, get ready to be here reliably, talk to your mom or anybody that just wants to help feed me or pay for the poor to do some blessings. Do the flow rolls, learn them. That's something that'd be super appreciated right now.
Okay. All right, so get back to the flow rolls, get back to the, and you said mostly get back to